Welcome to how to make movie posters or any type of posters from green screen still photographs without all the craziness of Photoshop. And make sure you stay to the end because after I take you through all the steps of how to create it in a music video editing line, I show you a quick hack to get it done 10 times faster. So see you at the end. All right, trying something a little bit different tonight. What we are going to be doing, I'm going to connect my power to my laptop because I'm going to be creating posters for a music video. There we go. Sometimes it's slow. So what I'm going for is to create more of these. And I'm going to be creating them from these. And what the secret formula is, I have to see, in order for me to make a poster like this, I have to take the footage and pull out the green, obviously. But because of this shadow here, you can't Photoshop out the green because then it gets wacky-dacky. Let me show you how tough this is to do in Photoshop. I'm going to use even this one. Here is another thing. See all the different green? If you try to use this magic wand and highlight what you think is the green, hit delete, see you've got this black around it, and you could try to do the black, but then it's going to grab some of the skirt, and if you try to come down here to grab that green, and you get rid of that, it's not clean. There's even green around her hair here. Let me zoom in a little bit. You can see the green around her hair. Trying to get rid of that is not impossible, but would take forever. So you actually have to chroma key out the green through video. So here we go. Let's start. And the music video is on this external. Let's see, that's gonna go in here. And then there we go, look up Sorcerer. And we're gonna open up the Sorcerer 5. As you see, Premiere is opening. And I wonder if I should be... See, I'm not going to shoot this in screenshot because when I shoot this in screenshot, you can't see all the windows that open up. So this is all going to be shot from my camera to the actual monitor of my laptop. And sure, it may not be super high def, but then you're going to see everything. And as you see down here, it's loading up the media. I have to wait till it says all media loaded, and no, I didn't mean to open that, whatever that is. That's interesting. All right, so now we put a thing down. Let's turn on the wireless mouse. And now we have control. I don't know why that opened. Well, I probably do know why, because I probably opened it. How do I close it? There we go. All right. Oh, stop. Okay, you know what? Leave you down. All right, all media. Oh, shut up, Siri. All right, so the first thing I have to do is, if this is supposed to become like that, I've got to find a background that looks good. All right, so I've come to think that this background is going to look good with that picture. So now what I got to do is I got to come over here and double click so I can import an asset. Come on, open up, good God. Okay. All right, so I've drilled into my asset and I'm just going to put all of them there. Let me see if I can control. Let's see, hit shift and the right arrow. I can do them all with one hand. hit enter, which opens, and it should put all of them in that window. There they go. So there's all 3 leases. So let me click on one of them, and maybe I can put them all. So what I do is I drag this down to the timeline. See, she appears there. So now, okay, so just so I can explain to you the basics of what I'm going to be doing is, maybe I'll have this slightly in the background, but see, this footage is what they call ultra keyed, and that's why when she's not there, you saw that cool background. But now that she is there and you see that green, I'm going to be copying the ultra key from his footage, put it to her, and you should be able to see through her. So let me try that now. Since, as most things I do by myself, so if you can see, actually I can actually zoom in, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna click on Tim's close-up, which is this guy, and then which is this guy. Then when I come up to here, audio effects, I am gonna click on Ultra key, because that's what is like the chroma key. So I'm gonna come down here and hit Control C for copy. Then I'm going to come to the timeline, click on Lisa's footage, and see how it appears she has nothing on there. So watch as I paste with Control V for paste, and then you're going to see Ultra key appear here, and you'll see through her here. So here we go, paste. And look, see? You see through her. That applied the Ultra key to her. So now I got to finagle it to make it look cool. All right, so now what I'm working on here, I just realized is a final version of something. But anyway, so I have come down to, let me zoom in again. I have hit this I button because when it's on, there's Tim. But when I click it off to take it off the timeline, Tim disappears, even though Tim is still on the timeline. I've removed this timeline. See how the red appeared? And so now you can see through because he's not there technically, and I can adjust her image. Oh, I just remembered he says he wants a close, a medium, and a far shot. So this is supposed to be a far shot, and that's supposed to be a bar. So maybe I can put her there, and that will look like she's there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to export just a few frames she's in, and then in Photoshop take this image and make it into something like that. I'll point something out to you. I'm now rendering, which is going to render these red sections, which shouldn't take so long because you can see the majority of it's green. But as you can see how clean that came out. See, if I would have tried to Photoshop that previous image with the shadow on the side and everything, it would have taken me forever. But by using the chroma key or ultra key effect from video editing, as you saw a second ago, it made everything just super quick. And then now I can spend what looks like, ooh, God, 11 minutes. Well, maybe I don't have to wait all 11 minutes. Let me see. See here, it's telling you it's going to take 13 minutes. But it's going in order, and see how the L, that's what we're working on right here. And so I just have to get that part rendered, which is these first 2 red dots. So I don't have to render this stuff. I just have to wait till this second one is rendered, and then I can stop rendering and export just that section. So these are the other 2 images. So there's the wide shot, then he wants a close-up, and he wants a medium. And so what I'm probably gonna do is use, like, put the close-up somewhere over here to have a different background, maybe the medium shot somewhere over here, oops, sorry, is, you know, here's the wide shot coming down the stairs. I might put the medium shot or close-up somewhere over here. You know, I may just use the same background for all three pictures. So we'll see. And then I'll just move on to the next character. But this is going to show you the basic idea of how I get it done. So now if you look closer here, the first part, the first red's gone. Now it's working on the second red, which is where the L is. See that little purple L right in there? That's going to be the next section that's rendered. And once that part turns green, then I can go ahead and export. And I realize I talk pretty fast because I work fast. And so hopefully you can keep up with me. And obviously on YouTube, there's a pause key, so you can look at what I'm doing, listen to what I'm doing, but you can eventually learn to work faster on this. And this is just how to create posters. You know, these are going to end up being 300 DPI posters that we're going to go do print on demand for this music video, which I helped edit. It's called The Sorcerer. I play the main character in it, The Sorcerer. And it's going to be available sometime in the next 3 weeks that you can go out and go to Amazon and buy the video, buy the CD. It's by King's Executioner, all that great stuff. But anyway, so I'm here on a Sunday night trying to figure out what content to put on my YouTube channel, and decided if I'm going to be creating a poster, might as well put it up on YouTube so you can learn a little bit. And as you can see, now the L is rendered, so I can stop it and I don't have to wait 8 more minutes. All right, so I have zoomed in, which is this little control here. And when you zoom in, it usually zooms in where the timeline is at. So there's the footage of Lisa. If I put the timeline right there, you'll see the clip. But I've chosen an in and an out point, and all you do is you click on the timeline and you type I for in, and you click and you type O for out, and that's what gives you this. And you go, why'd you do that, Ted? Well, because when you want to make a movie, you have to Control M for movie, and it brings up this window. And see, here's the entire timeline for the thing. But if you zoom in, you can change this work area to sequence in and out area. Oops. Sequence in and out. And so now it's just got that little piece because that's her. And so I'm going to call this Liz 1. Now it's going to export a video, 1920 by 1080, called Liz 1. And it's already got the right options up here. If you want to know what it is, it's H.264. And then I have chosen down here, not a high def. Oh, actually, it was high def. Actually, yeah, I chose high def because this is not going to YouTube. So yes, I chose high def. And then I just hit export. And it should only take about, okay, it's going to take 40 seconds. So there you go. Not even, look at that. This is real-time viewing. That's how quick it happens. So it's probably in reality 10 seconds. Maybe 15 seconds. You get the hint. This will export to a very short video. And before it finished, figured I'd jump back on. Bam! And that window disappears. All right, so it's done. So what I do is I bounce to one of my Windows Explorers. Let me back out a little bit. So now that goes to the desktop. I called it Lisa L. There she is right there, Liz A. So when I hit enter, it opens up the file. It's going to be a video file. And there she is. All right, so there's the video file. So now what you do is you go to this sucker. Let me get you in a little closer. You go to this guy, you right click. Hopefully you have QuickTime. Open with QuickTime Player. This is going to open it, and it's HD, so it should open pretty big. Then you double click up here on the control bar, which puts it center, oops, let me back out, puts it center frame. And so now what you can do is mess with the timeline to choose what frame you want. And there she is. And I want her coming down the stairs. So I'm gonna put it right about, oops, nope, there. So now what I gotta do is I gotta go down and open up my Photoshop. Let's wait for that to open. All right, Photoshop is opening. This is a very old version, as you see, Photoshop 7. All right, so now, all right, so let me go back to, so when you're in QuickTime, you can hit a still frame, then hit your Control-C for copy, toggle over to Photoshop, hit Control-N for new, and that gives you the exact size as what you just copied from the video file. And then now you hit Control-V for paste, and look, you get a still frame. And so now I have to change this to, where'd it go? This. And this is gonna be kind of the easy part. All right, coming back at you. So we go back to where all these posters are, and there are Photoshop files. So double click here. Luckily it's touchscreen. I don't have to go to, let's see, libraries, documents, TI for Tim, video, and now I can scroll up and I find all these already pre-made posters. That's gonna be one of them. So I'm gonna use this one, Inquisitor. Oops, shit. And open that. So this, as you can see, I'll zoom in a little bit. When I go up to image, come down to image size, so you see there it's 300 DPI, 18 by 24, 300 DPI. Okay, so now all I have to do is, this is a still frame. You use your selection tool over here. You draw by left clicking and dragging, a rectangle basically. Then you have that highlighted, Control-C for copy. I can tend to close that window if I want. Come over here, I'm gonna Control-Shift-S, which is save as, because as you see it's called Inquisitor, so I'm gonna call it Liz Wide. And it's Photoshop already, so I'm gonna hit enter, which is gonna change the name on this. I think another screen pops up, let me see. Oh, maybe not. So now it says Liz Wide, so this is a new thingy, and I already have her copied, and so here's all the layers. So now I'm gonna hit Control, oops, I'll do it from this side. Control-Shift-N for new, which is a new layer. I'm gonna call it Liz, enter, and now I'm gonna hit paste, Control-V. See the little Liz? It's so small because it's a smaller DPI. So how to change that is Control-T for transform. And as you can see, it's got all these little things around it now. So you come up here, hit your link, which means as long as you grab it by the corner, that it'll grow in proportion. And we're gonna drag it to the far reaches of the thingy. And basically, since you know you're going outside the parameters, if you grab the bottom corner and drag out, this will allow you to work outside the parameters of the photograph, or of the file. So I'm gonna just drag this. It's not quite gonna. See, what I want to do is I want to get the sides to cover the sides of the frame like that. And then like that. Now could I have, you know what? I can fix that by grabbing more. Well, maybe not. I mean, technically, and then when you hit enter, she no longer is mosaic. So now you've increased her by hitting the selection tool here. Hitting the selection tool, and this auto select is checked. That means when you click, it'll move the layer. If I were to click the words, I move the words. So I'll just hit Control Z, put that back, and now I can click her. So now I can manipulate her, and I'll end up putting her name here. She's a wench, or she's playing a wench, and that's gonna be her thing. Actually, I might move this, because I want to put her head toward the top. So anyway, this is how I do it, but oop, see how I'm not seeing the stuff down here? You gotta come down to these layers, and you've got to basically drag her layer down to the bottom on top of Don. We don't even need Don anymore. This is no longer his poster. Drag him to the trash. And so now when you look at it, see, now you see the branding over it and this little trademarky thingy. And so now you really just, work with darkening her, put the words where you want to put the words, change obviously this to Liz, or she's a wench. And so by taking that frame into the music video and by ultra keying it, it takes care of all the green seamlessly. Then you just choose that small piece, export it, take that image into Photoshop, and you saw how small it was. And I had to drag it, and it got so blurry, but the second you hit enter, it changed that to a 300 crisp dB, because you need 300 DPI to print out posters and such. I will cut this into the video I just shot, because I just realized everything I just taught you is true, but it's really easier if you start a new video with all of your assets, but start a new timeline, and all you have is your background and then your file, and you do the exact same thing I taught you as far as Ultra Key, but now you don't have all the other video assets to get in your way, and it's a quick render and a quick export to get to where's my Photoshop? Where's my Photoshop? To get to there. Finished product. Boom! Thanks for watching.